Ms. Shakuntala is a BCom graduate from Calcutta University and a certified Jolly Phonics trainer. With over a decade of experience as a pre-primary teacher, she currently works at Dr. Kolmati Shamarao High School in Pune. In addition to her teaching role, she has designed and implemented several innovative curriculum projects, including interactive learning modules and technology-integrated lessons. Ms. Shakuntala has received recognition from the school for her outstanding performance and her commitment to going beyond traditional teaching methods. She has also been recognized for her exceptional ability to create engaging and effective learning environments. Hearty welcome, Ms. Shakuntala. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Thank you, sir, for such a heartfelt introduction. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all the educators and the participants on behalf of Extra Mile Education and Training. Your presence here reflects a shared commitment to shaping a future-ready generation. Extra Mile is a leading force in professional development, established under the inspiring leadership of Dr. Abdul Salam as a part of Bharat Transformers and Academic Group, BTEC. Backed by a strong network of expert trainers, Extra Mile is well positioned to provide tailored training programs, both online and offline, across the country. I'm truly grateful to Dr. Abdul Salam sir and Extra Mile Education and Training team for giving me the honor of moderating today's session. Today's topic, dealing with indiscipline. Dealing with indiscipline addresses one of the most pressing challenges educators face in classroom today. Managing students' behavior effectively is essential for creating a positive learning environment and ensuring academic success. This session aims to explore practical strategies, root causes, and a proactive approach to handle indiscipline with confidence and care. But before we begin, I would like to highlight a few points for your reference. If you have any query, please feel free to share them through the chat box. For a more interactive experience, you may ask questions by raising a virtual hand, and we'll call upon you during the Q&A session. And finally, to receive your certificates of participation, kindly fill out the certificate and the feedback form, which will be shared at the end of the session. Please stay with us until the session concludes. Before we move to the technical learning of the day, I'd like to introduce the key members of the BTAC team, starting with Dr. Abdul Salam, a distinguished CBSE resource person and master trainer. Dr. Salam has a wealth of experience and has made significant contribution to the education sector. He serves as an assessor for National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, NABE, which is under the Government of India. He is the visionary founder and a CEO of Extra Mile Education and Training and Bharat Transformers Academic Group, the BTAC Group. So, without further ado, I invite you to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Ms. Shakuntala, respected resource person, Mallikasan, and respected Biju sir. All the enthusiastic educators, hearty welcome to Extra Mile Education and Training. And this particular session, dealing with indiscipline, is very relevant in terms of all the teachers looking forward to solutions for an effective classroom management. Well, so this is affecting all the classrooms and teaching transactions when the classroom management is not effective, where the discipline is not in order. And I would like to request each participant to be very interactive. Share your problems you encounter on a daily basis in your classroom. I have even heard teachers have come to me requesting, sir, please do not give me this particular class or that particular class. I'm not able to manage. See, everywhere you will face, different children with different abilities and different backgrounds. But there are mechanisms. That is what we are going to discuss today. There are mechanisms and solutions which Ms. Malika will be able to share with you so that your classroom management techniques can be very effective. So wish you all the very best. Let us have a very good strategies for classroom management and good discipline, and let us deal with indiscipline in a very effective way. Thank you so much. Over to Shakuntala ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging vision that keeps us moving towards excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now privileged to have with us Mr. Biju S. Pillai, sir, a veterinary educator. He is currently serving as principal of Sri Chitra Public School, Trivandrum. It is an honor to have you with us today. I request Mr. Biju, sir, to share his thoughts with the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shakuntala ma'am. Most respected Program Director, Dr. Abdul Salam, sir. Today's resource person, Mallika ma'am, and all other educators came to the platform of Extra Mile. So, as we are dealing with the most important topics related to the school, today's topic also has got its own value. So, dealing with indiscipline is most of the schools, most of the teachers might be dealing with this situation, wherein now the character of children has entirely, changed, because most of them are playing in video games, mobile games, Free Fire, and many such things, wherein they doesn't have time to communicate with their parents or grandparents. They are mostly engaged in shooting. So very soon their character, we cannot expect to what level they will go. For example, day before yesterday, one principal asked to cut the hair of a child, and within a fraction of a second, the child came with a knife and attacked the principal. So this is the situation. So there are many such situations where we have to deal with the children in a psychological way. Our aim is to make them come into the proper channel and be a disciplined classroom situation. So many such situations, how to deal with, we'll have a detailed discussions today evening. So let us listen to the resource person to know more about it. So wishing all a very knowledgeable day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm address. It is my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Ms. Mallika Sen, a passionate educator with over 19 years of experience. She currently wears multiple hats as a CBSE resource person, CBSE Bharat Sahodaya Master Trainer, BTAG Moderator, and Extra Mile Master Trainer. She teaches English and serves as a career counselor at DPS Kalinga, Odisha. Her leadership journey includes role as ex-principal at Narayana School, Durgapur, and as a senior coordinator and HOD English in several reputed institutions across India. She holds a dual MA degree in English and Education, along with B.Ed and PGD SLM. She is internationally trained from Trinity College, London, and certified by Cambridge University. Her awards include Extra Mile Educators Award, Times of India IIHMS Best School and Principal Award, the Guru Award. She is also known for conducting impactful training sessions both in India and abroad. In her personal time, she enjoys music, singing, and organizing cultural events. We are delighted to have her with us today. On behalf of everyone here, I extend a warm and a heartfelt welcome to you, ma'am, and invite you to share your expertise with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shakuntala ma'am, for the lovely introduction. First of all, good evening, Salam sir. Good evening, Biju sir. After a long time, again, we are meeting. And very good evening to all the participants present here in this rainy evening. Today it's raining heavily here in Bhubaneswar. And but in this situation, we are also ready to, rain ourselves with a lot of thoughts, discussions, and obviously techniques on how to deal with indiscipline in the classroom. Before I move ahead with the presentation and share with you my strategies or whatever I have done in my experience in my education sector, I would definitely like all the participants to actively participate and share your views as well. That's very important and valuable in today's evening session. Moving ahead, in the chat box, can you please write like discipline word? Most of us, we don't like. Children especially don't like discipline, right? When we say that, okay, you can do whatever you want, that shows somewhere it's a freedom. So discipline somewhere, children feel that we are putting them in bars or we are asking them to follow the rules and regulations which they don't want. What is your view on this word to make the students disciplined? Can you please write it in the chat box? What do you understand by discipline? Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Manisha ma'am writes getting organized, ethical behavior.
Here, Janvi ma'am says simple things like walking in a line. They can't follow.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing how to behave and what to say in a situation. Elizabeth ma'am says. Ganga ma'am says discipline means following some rules. Shobha ma'am says organized and time management.
Yes.
So we have a lot of answers to the questions that you have.
Yes. Shiny Prakashan. Madam says discipline is the foundation of success. Absolutely correct.
Janvi ma'am says completing the assignments or the portfolios on time is a discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the answers we are getting. बच्चों को बोले कि लाइन में चाहिए तो उन्हें बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आता. Yes, ma'am. Makes them organized. Yeah. So basically following the rules and regulations, right? That is what discipline means. And we have a set of rules and regulations in the society, how to, behave in a school, how to behave when we are outside, how to behave even at home. And we have also faced all these challenges, like in the online classes as well. Whenever we are going online, there are so many set of rules which we keep on telling. Right now, also in this session, Shakuntala ma'am in the beginning, she had given a set of rules, right? When to ask the question, how to ask the question. So basically, it is to obey and to also believe that this is for my betterment. This is how I am growing. So it is not that I am satisfying someone else, but it is rather it is growing up my personality. So that is what our big role here comes in the school level, where our learners, we have to constantly make them disciplined before we start the class and go ahead with the lesson plan and complete our syllabus. So sir, with your permission, can I move ahead with the presentation? Salam sir, with your permission, can I move with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Shakuntala ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So today's topic, tackling discipline issues in the classrooms, basically, right? That's a big challenge, as sir also said, that we are facing this challenge every day. I mean, although we may be experienced for many years, but the learners are changing. Learners are changing, X, Y, Z, whatever generation we can say. But we are the same. Like we have started our journey long back. So accordingly, I feel like we have to adjust and adapt our techniques of handling the learners in the classroom, or rather classroom management. So as they are moving ahead, we need to get ourselves updated, uh, follow a lot many other techniques and tricks on how to make them disciplined. So discipline is one of the participant had already answered this, okay, that it's a bridge between the goals and all the accomplishments, right? So now this is what school discipline is all about, right? Whatever the actions the teachers are taking, or maybe the organizations are uh, framing, to make the students behave properly and not to disrupt the organization or break the rules. This is what we start from the morning, when they board the buses. So in the bus also there are a lot of many teachers who are given the duty to see that the children are seated properly. They are not shouting. They are behaving with each other respectfully, even with the caretaker in the bus as well as the driver, who is taking them every day from the bus stop to the school. So from first day, in the school, the day starts in the morning. That itself, the discipline starts in the students. Along with that, how they are entering, how they are sitting, how they are coming to the assembly. So there are some limits which the students need to be taken care of, and I think discipline is one of the way to help them to take better care of themselves, and obviously it will also help other people and the world around them, because we are all living in a society. There is a picture on the screen. Uh, you can see there are 6 pictures over there. Can you please write down what can you see here happening in all the 6 pictures on the screen? Can you please write down in the chat box?
Bullying, disobedience, left in
Yes.
all emotions expressed.
Yes, ma'am.
And says fighting,
Okay.
fighting, teasing, showing power, bullying, making
Absolutely.
disobedience, distractions, fightings, humiliation, passive behavior.
Yes.
These are the answers that we can see in the chat box. Shouting in the class.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And also coming late to the school. One of the picture is here where the students are entering late, we can see. And one more picture is here where the teacher is giving instruction, but the children are not interested, right? They are looking here and there and they are busy in their own work. We can also see the children not taking care of the school property. That also comes under indiscipline issues, right? When they are using, whether they're in the bus, whether they're in the classroom, they're in the washroom or in the corridor or any other materials they are using in the school, there some students have a tendency to destroy all those items over there. So they need that this is your school as much as it is ours, and it is their second home. As we say, school is our second home. So these are the group of students who are considered to be difficult students to handle with, right? When we talk about academic difficulties, yes, it is there. But then academic difficulties, we need to have extra classes. We make them stay back. Then sometimes remedial classes, or maybe separately you are guiding the child. So that can be handled. But these are the psychological issues where we face a lot of problem on a daily basis. And these are termed as difficult students. As you can see, there are 4 groups here: attention seekers. Most of the time, the pictures that we saw here, they start quarreling with their peers, or they intentionally make their work dirty or untidy or incomplete, and they make a lot of noise in the classroom. So this is one set of difficult students. We have another one where they're mostly dependent, right? They feel helpless, they give up easily, or they will just sit back, they'll not complete their assignments. They are very reluctant to the work given in the classroom or any kind of extra responsibilities. Most of the time they are saying that no, we don't want to do. So these students mostly don't participate in the extracurricular or co-curricular activities. So they are always dependent. We have another set who are power seekers, right? They're Power seekers means, as you have seen again in the picture, they are bullying everybody, aggressive, very stubborn, not listening to anybody. Whatever you say, they will still do the same thing. And another one, revenge. Like if somebody is doing something wrong to them, there is hardly any word which is where they are, they are apologizing or they are telling sorry for what they have done. They straight away, many students, when I tell them that it's okay if your friend have done this mistake, you go and tell him sorry, the things will be sorted. But they straight away say that, no, I will not tell sorry. Why should I? So such type of students, again, they believe on the rumors, they're sarcastic, and they have a tendency to also ignore the things, steal, cheat as well. So these are the difficult students I think every one of us here in the session are handling, right? All of us. Uh, just a second. So let's delve deeper into the discussion today. First is definitely what is discipline in the classroom, which we have started with. Then we are going to follow the root causes of discipline issues. What are the cause that why they are behaving like this? Third, we will definitely find out some techniques of maintaining discipline in the classroom and how to deal with such difficult students. What is your role or my role here as an educator, as a teacher, as a facilitator, as a guide, mentor? What is our role in the school to handle the classroom, and what are the methods to create a safe environment for the students? Also definitely a positive learning environment, because in a 40-minute session, if we 10-15 minutes every day passes on just to make them discipline in the classroom, or we have a lot of indiscipline issues in the classroom, then when we will teach? That's a question again. And we do face such situations. Every classroom is not the same, the learners are different, so we do face this on a daily basis. So we are going to deal with them as well, right? And yes, an indisciplined life is definitely not what we want for our students. Absolutely not. So let's find out some of the causes of indisciplined classroom. Here, 5 I have picked up, like when there is a some instruction is given, and the conduct of the child in the classroom is interfering with the instruction. That means he or she is not bothered. Sometimes we see two students are having conflict. They don't want to sit with each other, they don't want to talk to each other. If you're putting them in a group work or maybe some activities, they are not cooperating with each other. Such kind of issues are also there, which we face. Third, we have mutual conflict, which is silent, right? You will not be able to understand that whether there is a conflict or not, but it is continuously going on, and which is not good for the mental health of both the child. Bullying is a very common factor where we see it is happening, and we every day try to uh, you know try to stop it. So bullying is not only physically it is being done, it can be verbally also. Verbal bullying is also there, where the child is secluded in the classroom, sitting in one corner. A few days back, like one activity I conducted related to one of the chapter in the English syllabus. I asked the question that what is it that you're afraid of? Whole class, it was an activity of 2-3 minutes, and 4 points which you write where you are afraid of. One of the student of the class, she writes that I'm afraid of being left out. Right, and most of the time she sits in one corner of the classroom. She never comes in the front bench. Hardly she interacts. So she has written that one of the fear factor of her life, being left out. And then, yes, many other things came out after that when I discussed. So that is definitely there. Fifth one is mass answering, where you are trying to ask a question to a particular child, but maybe everybody is answering together. That's a big problem again, right? And yes, fighting in the classroom, school, or in the bus. So these are some of the causes of indiscipline which I have pointed out. Is there anything else which, dear participants, which you want to point out? Like, what are the other causes of indiscipline in the class? Chat box is yours. Any other causes which you have faced, or you feel that this can be one of the cause of indiscipline?
Troubled family, Janvi ma'am says. Non-stop talking in the class. Feeling
Yes.
inferior, not interested in subjects, Kalpana ma'am says.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Sibling rivalry, again Janvi ma'am says. Teacher's strict behavior, Kumud ma'am says.
Absolutely.
Complaining about each other, family or friends issues. not happy with the teacher. That's also one of the reasons the participants are giving.
Yes. Okay.
So
Nobody
chatting,
is happy with the teachers, right? But still, we love to be a teacher.
yeah.
Okay, so most of the answers we are getting, which is definitely there a part of my presentation again. So reason of indiscipline. They had my dear participants, they have already told. This is just a description of it again. Yes, lack of engagement and stimulation, right? As many of them had told here, students are definitely curious, constantly searching for, like in the school environment, right? Why they are coming to the school, there should be some kind of stimulation, some kind of fun activities, why they should come to the school, make them engage in a lot of activities. So that lack of engagement, if it is not there, then definitely they are young students with full of energy and vibrancy, so they will be looking for some activities where they will be engaged. Okay, second one, definitely a rigid definition of acceptable behavior. Most of the students, like the high classes, they are, when they are asked to sit this place, that place, you fix a place, they will not like it, right? So most of the time they don't want to listen properly, they don't want to read as well, and taking notes is also a big task for especially the higher classes. Most of the notebooks are empty, they feel like, why to take the notes, right? And when I'm getting everything on the mobile phone, when I have lot many resources at home as well, right, then these teachers notes, whatever the teachers are giving, it's not required, I can do it by my own. So this type of rigid behavior is definitely there. And the third one, which all had told just now, lack of attention and love, definitely, right? When the students are failing to get the attention, the type of connection with the teacher, which is not happening in the class, that leads to somewhere negative consequences, and it comes out in a different way. And then we say the children are in discipline, I'm not being able to manage, and it becomes difficult for the teacher to complete the assignments as planned. So in this way, and then we are also answerable somewhere, for completion of the syllabus to the management as well. So it creates a lot of stress on the teachers. Now the point is how to deal with it. Where should we deal with a negative mindset, like only punishments, as we have lot many punishments for them, for such difficult students whom we handle, or can it be done with a lot of love, affection, care, and counseling? Right. So that's a question. Before we go ahead with this question later, there are some uh, data which I have collected from, or research rather. So as you can see here, many participants had given this answer. What are the other problems due to which the students behave in this way? So as you can see that family difficulties most of the time is what is reflecting here, that there might be some other reasons why the child is coming to the school and behaving in this way. So most of the problems we see here is all related to family difficulties here. There must be something which we need, some problems which we need to find out as educators. Be a good friend to them. Okay. And second one, individual problems are there, which again definitely related to the child's mental health and psychological. We will not say problem, but yes, issues are there which needs to be taken care of. Sometimes society problems are also there. Okay, and sometimes difficulties with the school and family partnership. So we can see this data I have taken recently. It's a 2021 data. This one also, you can see here problems of indiscipline among pupils in 3 primary schools. A survey was done where these are the frequencies and the percentage of respondents that we can see. So indiscipline issues among the pupils in 3 primary schools, we can see here. The first one is frequency, we can see 54%, where they're abused and in the school. And second one, physical attack with weapon. Like sir said just now, Biju sir, that one of the student, he brought the knife and went to the principal because he said to have a haircut. Right. So that percentage, if you see here, 30, 56% for physical attack with weapon. And again here, 44% says no. Verbal or physical abuse of the authority, here we can see most of the time it is happening. 100% verbal and physical abuse. Next, vandalism of the school properties. Here also we can see yes is 100%. So most of the time we see school properties are damaged, and rest of the points that you see here accordingly, they are mostly it is no. Use of drugs again in the school. So cheating, theft, all these are the issues which happens later after the child has grown up into an indisciplined individual, right? Students agreed in terms of percentage, like teachers do not tolerate indiscipline. Definitely, students agreed. 89% of the students agreed that yes, teachers do not tolerate indiscipline in the school. Right? Class rules defined by the teachers improve academic achievements. This also surprisingly the students agreed, but the percentage you see here is only about 69% agreed. Discipline class enhances learning. That also students are agreeing. Yes, 86% that yes, a discipline class definitely enhances learning. So if students also feel somewhere the we should be disciplined or it will improve our learning strategies, then where lies the problem, that how why we are not able to manage them, right? This is from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, which is showing that what are the serious violent crimes happening in school from 1992 to 2012. So this is what the stage is till 2012. So these are the crime rate in the schools. And these are the number of student suicides in India and their share in total suicides. Like why it is happening? Because somewhere there's a lack of motivation. They are not feeling, we can say, comfortable in the school. They are also definitely not doing well in their academics. Then at home also they are facing not many problems. Peer pressure is also there. Somewhere the children are not being able to tackle so many things together, and that leads to the final decision. And this is very surprising and very painful to see as well. From like you can see that due to which there might be some other reasons as well, but our role as an educator in the classroom is not only, again, that we are not here only just to teach or to do the corrections in terms of academics. We are here to give them our warmth, affection, love, and tell them we are there for you, right? In whatever aspect, in whatever way you want our help, we should be available to them. That's what I feel. And they will definitely listen in that way if we give that kind of love and affection. Student bullying and perceptions of power imbalance. If you see here, one of out of five, five, they are reporting that 20% of the students aged 12 to 18 reported that they are being bullied at school during the years 2017. 12 to 18, this is the age group where they are being bullied. And why is common types of why the bullying is happening? Peer influence, 56% of them. Popularity here, like sometimes, the few children are very popular in the school, right? They are always selected as the prefect or the head or the captains. So somewhere the other students, they don't like these type of students, and most of the time they find out techniques of how to bring them down. So that is also there. Physical size and strength is again type of some one of the reason of power imbalance that the students reported being bullied at school. Physical size and strength. Obviously, the child who is tall and strong and physically much more stronger than the child who is very timid and weak. So that type of children, they do take advantage when it comes for bullying in the school or maybe somewhere in the buses as well. Next, we see that again, you can see here, student crime prevention and mitigation involves cooperation. We need to cooperate, not only students, our parents are also involved, we are involved, school administration, the whole community. I feel together if we come and talk a lot, not only about academics in the PTM, but also about the child's behavior issues, whether the child is interactive or not, how he behaves with his friends in the classroom, with the teachers, overall with whether the child is happy or not, right? Most of the children nowadays, I feel, they do not smile. Getting a smile from the students is very difficult. Yeah, I have to take, especially, I have to take a lot of effort. So my subject is English, fine, but other teachers also sometimes say, the class should be somewhere fun. They should enjoy the teacher's contribution in the subject, along with that the connection somewhere. So students, if we say good morning also, maybe I'm giving a smile, but that child is not giving. So getting a smile is very difficult nowadays. So we hardly the working students, you can see 5 to 17 years. 78 lakh working around the year 32%. So child labor is somewhere also associated. Few are working for 6 months, and it is not that some other segment students are doing it. Even there are students in my previous schools wherever I have worked. There were many students who used to work in their father's business, or maybe the father is not well, he is bedridden, so the child has been given the responsibility to take care of the shop in the evening. So they are coming to the school, they are going and they are working as well. So these type of issues are also there, which sometimes we do ignore, or maybe we don't know. We never try to find out what is the reason. We only talk about academics and pass and fail and all these things. So they actually need help. And out of school students, if you see here, 19% are working, 81% not working, and this is a male-female ratio which is shared on the screen. Moving to next. This is what we feel like. As I asked you the question in the beginning, I've shown you two things. So one is punishment. Definitely a lot of punishments are there. And the second one is whether we can go ahead with love, care, affection, and counseling. Can you please write down a few of your views? Which one is better? And what sort of punishments usually we try to give them to make them disciplined in this classroom?
Cancel game period.
Yes, ma'am?
Cancel games period. That is what Aditya sir is saying.
Yes. Poor children.
Give responsibility, asking questions. This is what the chat is.
Yes.
Cut the PT period, lessen the marks for exam.
Hmm.
Stand in
Any
the
other
classroom.
strategies? Yes, ma'am.
Stand in the classroom.
Okay.
To change in activities like explaining chapters. To engage in the activities like explaining the chapters. Thorough responsibility.
Okay.
Madam, in this, cutting the PT period, okay, we can agree. But cutting the marks in the examination, can we accept?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
So that's a psychological, there will be a psychological impact in the children, and the children's performance may become worse also. He will lose his confidence, and he may become a rebel as well.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, so that is not a positive punishment. Positive punishments can be given, like, denying their physical education period and all. So the other part we have to think carefully and execute. All right, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So these type of activities, we are suspension for the games period or activity period, or not allowing them to participate, or asking them more questions, giving them more work. Definitely, we try a lot of techniques to make them discipline or understand that this is important. But when we do that, you can
Mallika
see here.
ma'am, there are lots of
Yes.
inputs by the participants.
Yes,
So
sir.
we
Okay.
can take a few inputs because it is their experience, and they are good practices as well.
Right.
So
So
Shakuntala
here
ma'am, you
Aditya
can
sir
take.
said, yes, sir. So Aditya sir says, don't give computer lab and smart class periods. Give responsibility. And then
Give
we have
responsibility.
Nisha ma'am saying personal. Yeah. Give responsibility is what Leena ma'am is saying. Leena Prabha ma'am is saying. Nisha ma'am says, personal attention and emotional attachments can also change this generation kids. And that's what she has to say. And
Okay.
Very true. Very true.
creativity as a punishment, giving them artworks. This is Sneha Miss. Swati
Yes,
ma'am,
yes.
or exploring the character or relate them with their own lives. We have
Okay.
individual counseling, making the leaders, giving responsibility, gate duties, extra responsibility should be given. Students should be will be given a topic to write, individual counseling work, positive punishments, as you have mentioned,
Positive
sir.
punishments, yes.
One of the participants, as Sona ma'am is saying, positive
All
punishments.
these are positive
Encourage them.
punishments only.
Right.
And also it
Encourage them
depends
and
upon the, indiscipline, the type of indiscipline they show. So according to situations, we can decide the positive punishment, but of course, negative punishment is not a means for or a solution for the indiscipline. All right, ma'am. So there are very good, valuable, inputs by the educators. So those who are, uh, those new teachers or teachers having problem with the classes and having facing the similar situations and all, they can follow these methods, put forth by the educators. Gate duty, yeah, some types of duties, responsibilities can be given. And always it is, important to have a personal connection. Connectivity is very important. And never,
Yes, sir.
end up in rebuking the children in front of others. That also will cause discipline issues. So always private conferences are very important. Taking the child aside and, talking to the child. But before that, we have to have a connection
Yes.
with the child. The child knows us, that we know the child. So we know the child very well. What are the, backgrounds he is coming from, so that we can help. What are the, traits he is showing, his character, everything. We should, as a teacher, we should know, so that we can privately deal with the children. So as a whole class, we never, should, face or give positive punishment as a whole class. So that is not a good method to, execute positive punishments in the whole class. So individually, student by student, you can execute the punishments, positive punishments I'm talking about. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, thank you so much, dear participants, for actively participating and giving your valuable suggestions and yes, whatever you're practicing in school. So, as sir said very rightly, like students have a lot different interaction patterns. They have a lot of expectations. Some they feel they have a reputation and a prestige, so they should be taken aside and counseled. It depends on the attitude again of the teachers as well as the child in the classroom. You should be able to know that what how the child is behaving and what separate type or different type of techniques I should apply to make the child disciplined. Most of the time giving responsibilities is the first and foremost trick that we apply, right? The naughtiest ones are always made the monitors or board monitor, logbook monitors, or sometimes smart TV monitor, gate duties, right? So these are also done responsibilities. When it is given, they do change. It has been seen and proved as well, right?
Yeah,
So these are
lots and lots of
yes,
inputs
sir.
are there, ma'am. Like Pushpa Devi, ma'am, has said, I spent some time with them in the cafeteria during lunchtime and counsel them. So it's building connections. That is very important. It's not a
Yes, sir.
purposeful counseling, but it is building connections so that students are connected and our expressions, our gestures, by our expressions and gestures, students understand what is to be done, what is not
Yes,
to
sir.
be done. So
Absolutely,
yes,
sir.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Participants are writing so many things in the chat box. Really, I'm really very happy and thankful. Right. So, when the class becomes indisciplined, this is what we face, right? Inability to concentrate. Many materials are also lost, like study materials. Absolutely, when they become absent or late, then you have to again redo the same thing or help the child separately. Sometimes it leads to school dropout as well. If the child is absent and very indisciplined or some disciplinary actions we are taking later, then we can see the third point, and definitely disruption happens in the lessons. And separately, we have to settle the disputes. Maybe it's a free period for you. Maybe that's the only free period for you on that particular day. But then something happened in your class where you are the class teacher and you have to settle the dispute. So it is taking your hour as well, which you planned in a different way, right? So definitely these are some of the
Mallika ma'am,
effects.
sorry to interfere.
Yes, sir.
Well,
No, Mr.
Mr. Soman Mitra as a teacher should not be very friendly. So this matter indicates that the need for a teamwork in school, because different teachers adopt different approach towards children.
Hmm.
Some teachers, they feel
Yes, sir.
that if I give freedom, if I become so friendly, they all will like me. So that happens. So some other teachers are there; they are very strict. So there is, clashes happen when there are, contradictions, contradictory approaches by teachers. So teachers should have, a teamwork and decide, what sort of approach they should uniformly, exhibit and take towards children in a school. To be being too friendly will definitely, will cause
Yes.
discipline issues, and to be too being too strict also will cause discipline issues. So there should be a balance, there should be
Yes,
an
sir.
understanding among teachers. As a teamwork, they should decide and what sort of approach. Some teachers, as I said, they believe that they become popular by being so friendly with the children. Definitely children like teachers who are very friendly, but at the same time the
Hmm.
children expects the same from every teacher. If I am friendly with the children, they expect the same from other teachers as well. They cannot. So there is a contradiction and a clash among the approach between the approaches, taken by the teachers. So this is to be addressed at school level. Teamwork is very much necessary. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Sorry for the
Yes, sir.
disturbance.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. And the answers they had already given the participants, you can see that what is the total disciplinary incident reports in 2023 and what it was in 2018. So the number is rising, and majority of the teachers say that discipline practices at their school, it is mild. Like sir said, positive punishment, right? So mild, somewhat mild depending on the type of indiscipline issues that the child is doing in the class. So you can see mild 66% is telling, neither harsh nor mild 31%, and 2% is somewhat harsh punishments are given. That is in rare cases, but then we have to take decisions at that time. Now let's watch a video, obviously a positive video. I'll just play it. In this video, what was the lesson that the teacher was trying to teach, or the coach was trying to train the team members? Can you just give the answer in one word, one answers? What is it that he
Actually,
tried to do?
the coach is very
Yes,
strict
sir.
and even giving punishment, but he makes the student understand the reason for that punishment. If we give
Yes, sir.
punishment to a child, the child should very well know why the child is punished. Simply get
Yes,
out
sir.
of the class. No, he doesn't understand why, what is the reason at all. So the reason should be informed to the child in a very well, manner, so that the child understands, and the punishment, positive punishment, whatever, can be implemented. So that is what I think we have seen in the video. The coach is
Yes,
trying
sir.
to make the students understand the need of, being called Indian. So that's how it is. And
Yes, sir.
punctuality, yes, punctuality, they are talking
Punctuality.
extrinsic motivation, respect.
Yes, sir. So
So,
many things, that coach he has taught in. So you can see here, so as sir said, setting the clear rules and expectations. Like why I'm giving the punishment and what are the rules that I want in my classroom. That should be set up in the very beginning, right? We cannot be too friendly in the beginning that they start misbehaving later and you cannot control the class. They should not take you for granted that whatever I do in this classroom, ma'am will never give any punishment or sir will not give punishment, right? You should develop some kind of interactive lesson plans, positive relationship, again connection with the students, have some kind of reward systems, and yes, setting such positive punishments which will help them later to again understand and not to do the mistake once again, later. When we talk about reward systems, have you ever given any such or taken such strategies where you have given some rewards to the students? If yes, then what kind of reward have you given? Yes, dear educators. Like for doing something good, maybe you've given a duty to a child who is very naughty, but he has done the duty very well that month. What kind of reward usually you give?
Teachers generally, here we are getting the answers like giving stars to be the next monitor, chocolates, smileys.
Yes. Is there any educator who had done all these, strategies they have applied for higher classes as well? And it had worked? Because smileys and hearts, sometimes we write very good, excellent. We do till a certain class, right? Grade 7th, 8th, or 9th maximum. Is there any educator who had done this in 10th, 11th, and 12th as well? And you have seen the change?
Madam,
We usually feel,
can I
yes,
add one more point? Teachers should work similarly or something like that. Some educator was telling. Anyway, the previous slide, indicates a necessity for making ground rules, right? So different teachers having different approach. All this can be solved if we have ground rules for every activity. For example, if a teacher wants to do an activity, a debate, okay, for the classroom. So first, the ground rules should be set. The timing and who should speak first and what is the mode of, speaking, what is the way to, ask questions, everything. This ground rule for every activity should be set for everything. Even for transition also, there should be ground rule. If the ground rule is there for every class, there is no problem of different teachers having different approaches. So the schools, all the schools should set ground rules for all the activities, even if it is class teacher period or library period, whatever. There should be ground rules. So that is what even that coach was also trying to set up ground rules initially. So it will work. So what is our formula? So the teachers will remind the children, okay, this is what is to be done during transition. Otherwise, you can see during transition, when one teacher changes from one class to the other, you can see students standing at the door or even outside the
yes, sir.
classroom. So this also denotes the necessity for ground rules so that we can eliminate the differences. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. In the beginning of the session only, sir, all the class teachers, they put up the chart of classroom rules, which is there in the soft board inside the classroom. But that is just, if it is like that, we are just putting it up, it will not work. We need to time follow that as well and tell them the necessity and the effect of it. Right? So,
And
yes, we
also,
have to make it a habit.
and
Yes,
also
yes,
framing the ground rules, students also should have a role in framing the ground rules because
involved.
ultimately
Yes, sir.
students have to do it. So students, when they
Correct.
frame the rules, they own the responsibility. So
Yes,
usually
sir.
what is happening is teachers frame the rule, you should do it. No,
Yes,
we
sir.
have to have brainstorming with children. We have to ask which is the best way. Okay, which is the best way? You tell us, okay, we should raise our hands before asking question.
Yes, yes.
Done. So
Absolutely, sir.
anything, even for transportation, bus rules also. Everything should be framed in consultation with that's a democratic way of framing rules, ground rules. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yes, sir. So that definitely it should be a habit, small achievements, or they should be focused, their attitude, what we do, it's all about for them, right? So we can engage them in a lot of fun activities, as you can see here, and make our classrooms much more interactive, and they will learn many other things. We do it most of the time. Activity periods are where the classrooms are very indisciplined. Maybe it's a two periods together you have, and the classroom is usually very indisciplined, and Lord, they start making noise and they shout a lot, and it becomes difficult for the teacher to handle the class at that time. So some rules should be already made beforehand, that this is how the activity should be conducted, and marks should be given, as in the beginning many of you have told. Maybe we are not deducting, but there should be a some out of 10, at least 2, 3 marks for discipline for that particular group. We do it. We also do that in daily life. So for discipline, there should be one rubric in the activity for discipline as well. So in that way, we can control the class, right? So, and these are some of the classroom rules which we again follow. Secondly, sir, one more thing, my friends will also agree that whenever the teacher is very interactive, suppose she is having a lot of questions and she is asking questions to each and everyone, most of the time it is seen that the classroom is indisciplined, and they have to answer also that why so much of noise was coming from the classroom and the classroom was not quiet. A very quiet classroom again somewhere gives, maybe it's a positive approach, but somewhere it is negative as well. Like it's a one-sided teaching going on, right? Teacher centric, so which we do not accept. So it cannot be only teacher centric. Now we have to follow the learner centered classroom. So in that case, you have to ask questions, right? If we feel like, okay, we will tell them not to speak, let them be silent, I will follow whatever I have planned and finish it off within that 40 minutes. But somewhere you should have some particular segment of your lesson plan where you are giving the time to the children to ask questions, maybe at the end or maybe in the beginning of the class. So the power of questioning is very important for you to connect with the child. So it is not always, and yes, there should be a rule set of rules again. How to ask the question: raise your hand, wait for your chance. When I'll tell you, that time you'll answer. Not like mass answering. They're all trying to answer together. So definitely the curiosity somewhere we should try to cater to those questions and see that they are answered as well, right? So in disciplined classroom, sometimes it becomes like the children are answering, and the too much of noise, and the teacher is not being able to control, right? Pedagogy, definitely, as I said just now, that make it quite interactive, experiential. Take them outside the classroom sometime once in a month for any subjects. Definitely, we have a lot of other activities, educational visits, and excursions where we go outside. Sometimes in the school itself, we can take them to the ground once in a month at least to make them feel different from the four walls in the classroom. With permission and all, we can definitely do that. But then again, it should be done in a very disciplined way. This picture, as you see here, how many of you have faced? I just want Y or N. There are 300, almost 300 participants. How many of you have faced this? Maybe in 1 year, 2 year, whatever experience in 19 years. I have definitely faced. So how many of you have faced this type of situation in any classrooms where you are trying to say something and they are not listening?
Yeah, majority of the participants says yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. But we have dealt with it, right? And in a different way. This, when we were in schools, like especially when I was in school, there are many new teachers here in this session. But when I was in school during that time, these type of punishments were quite common, right? We have faced that classroom, and we have also seen our friends getting such type of punishments, as you can see. Another one I'll show you. This is the register which is being maintained, the Harper's Weekly Journal, from where I have taken this picture, where the teacher is there standing with a cane in his hand. It's a geography class going on, I think. And here you see it's a school where the name of the child, what type of offense the child had done, what type of punishment is given, the date of the punishment, and the teacher's signature. So here they maintained a register, okay, that how many times, what type of punishment, as we say. So this type of we also do have a system, but we cannot give them punishment as you have seen in the previous picture. But we have a system like students' portfolio. I think all of you are also having such type of data where the child, starting from class 1 till class 12, in one of my previous school, we used to hand over that file to the next class teacher, right? So mainly on the behavioral issues. Academically, definitely the results are there, marks are there, but behavior issue, that what the child has done and how the teacher had dealt, or what are the strengths and weaknesses of the child, and that student portfolio was passed on to the next class teacher, so that all the other teachers, and not only the class teacher, all the other teachers in that class, whoever has had taught, they also used to write subject wise. So suppose 6 subjects, 10 subjects, whatever subjects you have, each and every teacher used to write in that portfolio and pass it on to the next class, suppose 5th standard to 6th standard. So the 6th standard set of teachers, they got an idea how to deal with the child. So this was one of the very fruitful way to actually make the child discipline and deal with academic as well as behavioral issues. So I think it can help you if you follow that. Okay, moving to the next. So this type of punishments, as we see, taking a cane in your hand or a ruler. Nowadays, we don't use a ruler in our hand, right? We stop the teachers from using the duster as well on the desk. So we cannot use a duster, we cannot use a ruler in your hand and do this, do that. So absolutely, it's not allowed. All of you know that. So scolding, accusing, blaming, or shouting, beating. Sometimes we start hating that one particular child in the classroom. Most of the time the teacher, they feel like, okay, this child is always negative, is always indiscipline in the classroom, so let's ignore that child. So then what happens, a child's results and development in all aspects, somewhere it goes down, right? So we need to take care of that. We cannot just leave them, okay, it's not happening, let's not pay attention, let's focus on other things. So we have to take that challenge, I feel so. Right? How many of us have done all the, you know, words which is there on the screen? Have we ever done all this? You can also answer on this, like scolded or accused or blamed or shouted. One or two points we must have done in our career. Or like this type of punishments. How many of you have given, I will not do it again, write 50 times, 100 times, write in your notebooks. Poor child keeps on writing, otherwise will not go home. I will not talk in the class. So such type of writing punishments, okay, where as one of the punishments where we feel like, okay, the child will write and he will remember, or she will remember and never do it once again, right? So I think this type of punishments we can definitely go ahead, positive punishment again, but then the child should understand that it is for his, why you are giving it and what is the purpose of it, right? So this video was there, I'm just skipping it. If I get time at the last, I'll show it. Okay, moving ahead. So rewarding is a positive way to teach right and wrong, definitely all of you agree. And punishment may sometimes lead to bullying, and yes, it lowers the self-esteem of the child if you do it in front of the classroom, in front of his peers. Okay, so some of the measures on how to maintain the discipline. Measures should be taken, corrective action should be taken, a set of rules should be there, it should be addressed promptly. This is also very important. Sometimes we overlook, it happens once, it happens twice. We do see that the child is in discipline, but we feel like, okay, this is just one of the instances. He will not do it or she will not do it once again. But then it grows later, where it becomes difficult for us to handle it later on. So promptly and fairly, we should address the issues immediately and try to stop it. Always try to create a positive learning environment, engage your teaching activities. These are some of the non-corporal forms of disciplinary actions which we do it. Detention, counseling, suspension is third, expulsion, and yes, somewhere we again try to bring justice to the child, then we need to sit together. All the teachers together should discuss and see that the children are not getting such type of punishments. Before we go into all these points, we should stop it beforehand. Any kind of punishments is definitely not good for the child, right?
Ms. Shakuntala, inputs are coming.
Yes, sir. Hard work, confidence, discipline, determination, confidence, dedication, self-discipline, regular practice, dedication, discipline, responsibility, focus, time management,
Yes, absolutely.
self-discipline, self-control. Yeah, these are the answers that we can. Punctuality,
Yes,
all
punctuality.
over the
Yes,
development, moving out
yeah,
from the comfort zone, self-motivation,
yes.
self-motivation,
Okay.
self-confidence.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am. Shakuntala ma'am, thank you so much. So you see that so many things, in this video we can get to know that how we can do it. Sometimes we need to be strict, right, to make them disciplined. And they might be thinking us Hanikarak once again, right, for them, that why is it so, at home also we have to be disciplined, in school also we can't do whatever we want to do, right? Time management, then self-discipline, obviously. It's We have to tell them that this is for your future goals. In the beginning that we started with, the discipline is always the foundation for your success, right? And it should continue later. Corporal punishment can definitely not be one of the solutions. Making them stand, or asking them to go outside the classroom, holding the ears, or in fact, verbally also sometimes we do tell them in the classroom that you're not doing well, or what happened to you. Any kind of discussion on personally, if we do in the classroom, it will definitely affect them, right? So that is also considered to be one of the corporal punishments. So it is saying that most of the schools earlier, today's education system is not for corporal punishment, but earlier you have seen that teachers used to give such type of punishments in the school with using all these things in the classroom, right? So some of the law that we should know on corporal punishment, I've just found 4 points over here. Like Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009 says no to physical and mental harassment. So any kind of harassment, you all know, still it's just a revision once again, that any kind of harassment, physically as well as mentally, is absolutely not allowed. State level regulations, there's a ban on corporal punishment. Definitely, we have to create a learner friendly and a safe learning environment where the child is enjoying the classes and he is very eager to come to the school. It should not be like for one teacher or for any particular person, the child is not willing to come to the school, or he or she is afraid to attend the classes. Then definitely it is our failure somewhere, right? National Commission for Protection of Child Rights says that we have to create awareness against the harmful effects of punishments and what can be the consequences of violation if we are not following. Sometimes, like most importantly, we need to have somewhere our life skills should be strong. A lot of patience, tolerance, uh, behavior skills of the teacher is very, very important, right? If we can take disciplinary action, we can give them warning, first time warning, second in the diary, notes can be given 3 times, parents can be called, counseled, the child can be counseled later, parents should be involved at the last. Usually higher classes students, they don't like junior classes. Yes, parents can be involved, but higher classes, when you take the parents also into it, then it becomes negative somewhere, I feel. So it should be the teacher only. No one else can deal with it. Take the help of the class teacher and other teachers who are teaching in the same class. Suspension term, it depends again on the type of the indiscipline issues, what the child had done. And then the last one will be definitely when we are taking the last step where the child is not there anymore. But we don't want any child to leave our school, right? It is our responsibility. Somewhere we are the failures if we are taking that type of punishments, right? So long term consequences happen when we take corporal punishments, and it affects the child emotionally, psychologically, it affects on his learning process. The child can become violent later, where his well-being, mental health, everything, he will loss of trust will be there around everyone in the society. So we are here to build the society, we are here to make a healthy citizen of the country in all aspects, healthy and successful. So it is our responsibility somewhere that my child, whoever I'm teaching, and responsibility is there for 1 year, 2 years, they should be remembering the classes, they should enjoy each and every classes, they should be disciplined, and they should take something to the next year or in his future, which he will remember later that this is how, and what is the effect of it, what is the effect on his career or on his life, that thing should be justified and understood by them, right? In India, child punishment is addressed by several legal acts and guidelines, like to protect the children from various forms of abuse and neglect. After we know all these things, but still sometimes incidents do happen. We do lose our cool, we do lose our patience, tolerance, and in that moment, whatever we are doing, we have to pay for it. So, teachers and educators, we have every time, every day is a challenge for us, every classroom, every day. Again, I said maybe whatever years of experience you have, but different set of learners every year gives us challenges. So sometimes in my career also, I have seen, sir, And all the participants, I just want to share a very good teacher. She has been working for many years, but that moment, one particular day, she had lost her patience because she was also disturbed somewhere personally, and she lost her patience, and she took uh, you know the corporal punishment was given to the child, and then definitely she lost her job. So, and it was very painful. Being the leader of the or head of the institution, it was very painful to see. We don't want, but the teacher had lost the job, who has been working for so many years in the school. So, any kind of corporal punishment is strictly prohibited. It is against the institution. It is against the right of the children
Yeah,
to free
Mallika
and
ma'am,
compulsory education.
it not only affects the teacher, it
Yes, sir.
affects the school as well. The school will be, projected in the
Yes,
media,
sir.
and the media are looking for a chance. Any sort of issue happening in institutions, and also always educators take a safer side. Corporal punishment
Yes, sir.
is very offensive. So, not only teaching job, but also it is, it's a punishable offense under the child rights commissions. And do remember, children know we may lose our temper, but children know the helpline numbers, right? And
Yes,
from
sir.
in
Yes.
different states, the government wants to exhibit the helpline numbers in the institutions. In most of the states, I believe, in even including the classes and corridors, helpline numbers. So the every rule is to in favor of the children. So we have to play a safer, role, so that everything goes very smoothly. Let us not invite any untoward incident in the school. Let us have a very psychological approach. That is what nowadays educational experts, they demand psychological approach towards children. That is how it goes. Even parents also, punishing children at home also is offensive. So we have to be very careful about that. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So, if we violate the rules and regulations, then penalties will be there. Violations of these laws can lead to fines, imprisonment as well. And it is against the institution and individual, as sir said. Dismissal from your service, you might not get jobs in other schools, and then legal action is another part of it. So let's not go into such type of incidents where we have to face difficulties. Personal problems are there in our lives as well. I feel we should always have one or the other friend also at workplace with whom you can talk and share, right? And then whenever we are going to the class, whichever class it is, music, dance, sports, any subject classrooms, whatever it is, we need to have a lot of patience, tolerance, and deal with them sensitively. That's very important, right? And because student well-being is the ultimate goal for us, that's why we are in this profession. We want them to grow, emotionally, intellectually, socially. They should be physically also fit, financially they should grow later, occupation also. So we are here for their well-being, and to do that we have to use positive techniques, have teamwork, have a group of teachers, discuss with them. If some incident happens, take care of it immediately, not to overlook. Talk to the class teacher, take help from your seniors, talk to the management, the principal, okay, and always find out a solution together. Never take it on your own responsibility, like, okay, I will do everything, and or never try to hide also. If you have done something in the classroom, if you feel like, okay, nobody will be able to know, it's not like that. Again, the children will be telling somebody or the other, right? So nothing is hidden here. So apply those techniques, and this is a rewarding system again. Outstanding, ready to learn, this is just one on the soft board. You can put up this was as well and write the names also monthly, like who has done performance outstanding in behavioral, in terms of their behavior, okay, not academically. And you can, this can also somewhere help if you apply in the classroom. So why discipline in students matter today? Because we have seen two videos here. Time management, to make them active, they should be focused. You have already given the answers. Self-control, relieve their stress, good academic performance in every aspect. It is important. Getting good grades, and they should be an example to the next generation, the next batch. You have to tell them that way. that you are the the trendsetters, we can say, or you will be the path who show the path to the next class. So that in that way, a lot of counseling is required. And self discipline, this type of discussion is also important once in a week at least. We have class teachers time as well. Class teachers play a very important role along with the subject teachers, because they have some extra time with the students where they can talk a lot, try to know them, their strengths and weaknesses, and tell them that what are the advantages of be more self-disciplined, right? You'll be a lifelong learner. You'll be if you focus on your goals, you'll be more organized, efficient, and it should be persistent. It shouldn't be like to please somebody I'm doing this. It should be like it is for my growth again, right? That feeling should be there. So let them focus on their homework, projects. Good grades important. Okay, why discipline is important for school students? First, have a discussion on this when the session starts. And every day or maybe every week, at least one session, the class teacher should take to understand what are the problems going on in the classroom, right? Some disciplinary policies are also being made in the education system. And it is very surprising that 1.6 million students attend a school that employs law enforcement officer, means we have discipline in charge. So usually sports department are given this type of duties. Okay, so a discipline in charge or discipline teacher, and he will move around in the corridors, take care of the discipline from the gate till the classroom or in the corridors. But we don't have counselors again. So we need a lot of counselors. We do have this policy now. We should have a school counselor officially. But then for the school counselor, it is not possible for every class to find out what it is. I feel it is the teacher. It is a teacher who is going to the classrooms, and we can do it much better. School counselors, when the things are going with not in our control, we can refer them. But most of the students we can deal amongst ourselves. So there should not be any policy of zero tolerance. Zero tolerance, we do say zero tolerance. Zero tolerance word is very negative, right? We should take action early. Early response is much, much better than going for zero tolerance, where we say that, okay, disruptive behavior or any violence have occurred, or give them punishment or exclude them. Let's have a confrontation, talk to them, and the parents are called, and a lot of discussions happened. Time is also wasted somewhere, right? So this, instead of doing all these strategies, we can go for early responses, where we can have some other methods to stop this disruptive behavior, right? Because first of all, deal with it then and there. Secondly, you talk to the child separately, not in the classroom. Third, you give him warnings. Okay, to once, twice, thrice. Somewhere emotional connection is very important. If you tell them emotionally, I think if they really connect with you, they will listen to you. Right? You have to make them feel that we are here for you. We are not here to find out your faults. Rather, we are here for your better life, and we are here to work with you. We are working on you, and all kind of support I'm there to give you. If possible, once in a week, at least 15 minutes, 10 minutes you take out and talk to them, not related to the subject, just to tell them that I'm here for you. Any kind of problems or anything you face in life apart from academics, I'm there for you. And they will share, and definitely they will listen to you as well. And you have to bring yourself down to their fun. You can see here 2 pictures are there. The teacher is also enjoying with the students, right? And they love sometimes, not always. We should have some free activities where we are having a singing activity, or some students are having speaking activity or dancing or sharing something, some jokes or some other incidents which have happened, fun incidents in their life. So it creates a different environment in the classroom apart from the subjects that we are teaching. So lastly, I'm heading on towards the end of the presentation. Classroom rules should be set up in the beginning, should be followed, include the students also into that. Some plan should be there with you, right? First, behavior should be very affectionate, loving, caring towards them. Okay, we are here for them actually. Then verbal warnings, calling the parents, second, third warning, already I have told you. Be very gentle, kind, helpful, and do not ignore any kind of incidents. If any child is coming and telling you he was being bullied, please don't ignore it and say that, okay, I will see it later. And then we most of the time forget due to work pressure. And then it increases. So later on, again, the child will come and tell, I have told you, madam, and still you did not listen to it. So let's take action promptly, right? And know where we should hurt them, their feelings, or any kind of verbal abuse where they feel that they are not being valued in the classroom. Right? So we have to be energetic, very, very resourceful, cheerful teacher with a happy face. They will always see us hardworking and enthusiastic, and that's what we want them to do. Inspiring teachers are all having these qualities. They should reflect at times, have a positive classroom management techniques and tricks, safe environment, flexibility should be there, and innovative teaching practices. Right? So, which classroom do you want? There are two classrooms here, dear participants. First one is, you can see it's a funny, the internet it was there. Where is everyone? There's only one child sitting, and he's telling they are all expelled. And the second one, well, that's one way to get smaller class sizes. The teacher is telling, right? So she is the first one. The teacher is concerned. And the second one, the teacher is quite happy. Okay, fine. One child is there, so I can teach properly. So which classroom do you want? The first one or the second one? Will you like to teach with one student or a 40 students in your classroom? Which one? You can write the answers in the chat box.
Many are saying the first one.
Obviously, right? When the attendance is less, we don't like. I don't know. I don't like when they're in the classroom and the attendance is less. I want everyone to be there in the classroom. We don't want anybody to remain absent or to be expelled, right? So
Somebody
5
with
strategies: establish expectations, build positive relationships, have some routines, positive reinforcement, and engage. In the beginning, we have discussed the students actively, all the students, the last benchers also. So discipline is definitely about perfect attendance and following the rules. And we don't want anybody to be expelled that the school is closed and we are happy. That's what we don't want, right? These are some of the key facts I found from WHO 2021. Physical punishment, which is globally present in homes and schools. 60% of children 2 to 14 years regularly they suffer punishment, physical punishment from their parents and caregivers. And almost all the students, they have reported being physically punished by school staff as well. And irrespective of boys or girls or any other status. So it is happening everywhere. And this data is 2021, not, 4 years back. So the elimination, NEP, is also there. Elimination of violence against children is called for in several targets. Also in 2030, it's one of the agenda for sustainable development. That's a target. And it says end abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence against and torture of children. So this is what in one of the agenda for 2030. This is one of the newspaper report of juvenile delinquency where we see how the crime rate has increased from 2024 to 2025. Some of the dates are given and what the students are doing. And all the students, let me tell you, are from school. Okay, they are all 16, 17, 18 years. They are all studying in school, good schools. But they are into all these criminal activities and definitely their life is again going somewhere else. This is one of the guidelines which I've taken out from NEP on mental health, that the role teachers can play in nurturing overall development of students is also highlighted by the NEP 2020. And teachers will also focus on socio-emotional learning. This is also one of the aspect of our teaching strategies, a critical aspect of any student's holistic development. So this has been mentioned in NEP 2020. And this link I wanted to share, but sir, it's almost 8:30. I can share this link in the chat box.
Yes,
you can see the video. It is there in the NEP, in NCRT, PDF. This video is given. Very nice video. You can play it in the classroom as well. And it's a 5 minutes video, so I'll share it. You can see it later and share with your classes as well. So I'm ending the session with this thought that every path has a story. Every teacher, every classroom is important. Every school and our journey is different. But somewhere we need redirection. We don't want any kind of rejections, right? We also don't want our learners also. So let's put our hands together, help each other, and let's be connected. Share your views, your valuable suggestions, which will help us, all of us here, to tackle the indiscipline in our classrooms. With this, I end the presentation. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Link, please.
Shakuntala ma'am?
YouTube link, yeah. Mallika ma'am, YouTube
Thank you
link
so much,
you can
Mallika ma'am.
post in the chat
Yes,
box.
sir.
Yes, sir. I'm giving.
Okay, Shakuntala ma'am, you can invite questions if they have. Binita ma'am, do you have any question?
Yes, sir.
We'll unmute you.
Good evening, ma'am. Very nice session, beautiful session. So many of learning. But I have two questions, ma'am. Quickly,
Yes.
I'll ask one. Just now we have seen the video from film Dangal, and the father was very strict with the child. Many times these days we feel that it comes out as a childhood trauma in future. How to deal with it? How to say convince the child that it is for your benefit, not for your trauma? And second thing, from school, suppose the child is coming with a complaint about another child of bullying or something. So is it okay calling the child then and there in face to face and sort out the issue, or it can be done separately?
Okay. So, ma'am, the first question, Binita ma'am, the first question that you asked, that is, the child sometimes goes into the trauma and it becomes difficult for us to handle, right? So, before in this movie, it is different, but in our real life, whenever we are doing something as a parent or as a teacher, sir
Yes,
also said, Salam sir also said, and I will also tell the same thing, that they should understand why I am giving you such strict discipline or making your life so disciplined. What is the purpose of it? They
Okay.
should be first, their focus and their goals should be set up, ma'am. Whether it is a parent, and we should not impose our things on them. Okay, we should not impose, like, I want you to be this. Most of the time, because I handle the higher classes, I see this, students are not willing to take that subject, but it has
Yes.
been imposed that you have to be this, you have to be that.
Yes.
And without any happiness, without any smile, the child is so stressed. Why are you stressed? Because NEET is there. Once NEET is over, I my life will be settled, ma'am. So NEET
Exactly.
has come up so much into her mindset, she hardly smiles in the class. So
Yes.
somewhere parents have to take out the strength and weakness of the child, what the child wants, then set the discipline. If my child like getting up early in the morning, physical activity, sometimes the children are very reluctant. Nowadays we see obesity is a big problem. They
Yes.
all are sitting at one place, and very difficult to make them go outside and have some physical activity. In for class of 40, when I asked them how many of you do regular physical activity, hardly 2 3 boys are raising their hand and they're telling, ma'am, we go for playing. And rest 38 or 37, what are you doing? They're going for tuitions and all
Yes.
private
Mm.
classes. So there's no physical activity, no interaction with their friends, which
Yes.
we had actually. So
Mm.
technology somewhere is also taking it away. Parents' role only to be a good friend first of your child. Same for us. Same for us,
Mm.
ma'am. Then only they will
Okay.
listen to all these discipline things. Otherwise, they will never listen. And the second question that you asked is what was the second question, ma'am? Sorry, I forgot.
No, if suppose one child is complaining about another child bullying or
Ah,
something,
yes.
in in
Yes,
that
yes,
case,
ma'am.
yeah.
In that case, we should never confront both of them together, I feel. First you listen to both the students separately, then
Okay.
we must talk to the other teachers of that class if they also know
Okay.
something about it, or they have seen this
Okay.
incident happening. Collect some evidences. Okay, then with your understanding, if you feel, yeah, both of them should be called and discussed, okay, otherwise separately also we can do the counseling. Usually what
Okay.
I do it separately, ma'am. I do
Okay.
separately, both of them. I ask both of them to tell sorry, both of them to apologize, and then
Yes.
both of them do the same thing, and then things are sorted. Let them, sort it amongst themselves instead of interfering from other person. They usually don't like it. They
Okay.
feel today's generation feel they can handle the pressure,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
They really don't share. You need
Yeah.
to ask a lot of questions to
Yes.
to open up. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Participants, if you have any questions, kindly ask. Ma'am, she'll be happy to answer your questions.
Ma'am, sir, one situation I had received. Can I ask the question to the participants?
Yes, yes, yes.
A very important situation, sir, related to discipline. That is, sometimes you observe one of your colleague's child. It happened also in my life. Colleague's child misbehaving a lot in the school or is very disrespectful towards the other children as well as teachers. Okay, but because the child believes that in no punishment will be given to him or her. So you tried everything. You tried doing counseling and all, but then the child's parent is also a good friend of yours in your organization. So how will you deal in this situation? What to do? Sometimes we have